What is going on? Michael Griffiths here, back again, and today we are in Wimbledon for an immersive flag football event hosted by the NFL just ahead of International Women's Day. So stick around, we're going to interview a couple of players from the NFL and maybe some former players. Who is Quincy Williams? How would you answer that question?
Persistent, adaptable. Let's go with curious.
Curious?
Yeah, I'm into a lot of stuff, bro. My biggest thing is I got new hobbies and things like that. I love trying new things, love traveling and things like that. So that's why I'm going to say curious.
Curious? What are the
Or spontaneous.
Spontaneous?
I like spontaneous better. Not curious, spontaneous. I like that.
So, talk to me a little bit about some of the new hobbies that you're interested in.
So right now I'm starting with art, actually going to a lot of art shows, actually getting into fashion because I've heard that it's another form of art, really. So it's just like people wearing their art and people expressing themselves through clothes. So it's kind of like those. So my biggest thing now is just like find ways to be heard other than just speaking all the time type thing.
So you can expect some great fits coming
Yeah.
game day.
My brother is like the fashion guru. So anytime I got a fit on, I make sure I go holler. He plays on the team.
I was going to get to that. I was going to get to that, but we're not quite there yet. You must have some strong females in your life. I know that your mother passed a while ago.
Yeah.
How's the impact that your grandmother have in your life for you and your brother?
So my mom passed. She stepped up, took us to, most of our stuff. And the thing about that was the teaching part of it. So like we still kept learning lessons. Like till this day, I'm remembering lessons, or she reminds me of the lesson that my mom taught me.
Yeah.
And then she's also like the mother figure in my life also. So the funny thing, what they got now on ESPN, my grandma is like the coach for the team.
All right, okay.
So like, first person I call out there game, I call my grandma. He'd be like, how the game went. She gonna be brutally honest with you. You should have made that play. You can do better. I seen you loafing a little bit. She's real honest though. She does a lot of constructive criticism too though, because she's one of those ones that say, if you're gonna do it, make sure you do it 100%.
But that's exactly what you need in your life, a strong woman that backs you. And now we'll go on to your brother, because you played a major role in your brother's confidence at a young age. How does it feel for you to see where your brother's got to, especially because you're on the same team?
Yeah.
Like you do damage together.
It's amazing, man, because football was his first sport. Swimming was actually my first sport. And then I changed over to football to actually spend more time with my brother.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm here started because of my brother, just spending time with my brother, being competitive against my brother. So my brothers, actually I got another brother. I got another brother too though. He ain't in the league with me, but he on the way though.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about that level of competitiveness that you just mentioned between you and your brother. Obviously, you both play same team.
To my younger, when we was younger?
Yeah.
You want the juicy stuff.
I want to know the juicy stuff.
We shared a room together. From Birmingham, Alabama, one bathroom. So time for school, let's get it. All right, we're going to have to wrestle for this.
Is that level of competitiveness still going on today?
Still to this day. Soon as the ball hike, I'm trying to get to the ball faster than he gets to the ball.
I see that, because you have been described as one of the fastest linebackers in the game.
The fastest linebacker.
Jeff Ulbrich said it.
There you go.
So, the fastest linebacker in the game. I've seen you drop back in the defense and hit receivers coming from the other side with some speed and some force. Talk to me a little bit about what goes through your mind when the ball is snapped.
Not even before it's snapped. Preparing for the game, I have this little, some people say rituals, or I don't do none of that. But I got a consistent thing that I do. So before the game, I watch videos of cheetahs catching prey. So it put me in the mindset of catching my prey. Or like the wide receiver, running back. Of course, cheetahs are fast. So my mindset is be fast. And the way they change direction, but still going full speed, that's why I try to put into my game.
Yeah, I mean, like I said to you before, I've seen the way you switch direction and you hit receivers. You hit them with some force. They know that you're going to see the route. They know you're going to cut them off. Going through your defensive plays, is that a main talking point of like, right, we know Quincy's going to get X, or we know he's going to run this route. So Quincy, you're going to drop back and then you're going to take him out.
So like we all have a role on the team. Boom. So my role on the team is described by my teammates around me though. So me, I never want to be like a one-man show. So like, boom, everybody be like, oh, you flashing on the play. But the reason why I can flash on the play is because, let's start with my D-line. My brother is holding the D-lineman not holding, but like occupying the D lineman for me so I can run through the gaps.
Yeah.
Then I also got CJ Mosley next to me, who is CJ Mosley. He's the other linebacker. So we're like, we're not gonna go at that linebacker, we're gonna go at the other linebacker. I'm the other linebacker. Then I also got guys next to me, across from me, Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed.
Yeah.
They ain't throwing the ball because they gonna pick the ball. So it's like, you gotta run. Like, come on, let me go and get this tackle. So my teammates made me better.
The Jets play the most cover 6 and cover 3 zone, which leaves a lot of open space in the back end.
Kill zone, that's what we call it.
Kill zone. It leaves a lot of space in the kill zone. Is that a tactic that you've adopted because you're so quick?
But you saying that is actually good, because when I be having conversations with a lot of people, they don't be knowing that.
Yeah,
that's fire.
I see it. I'm like, they play a lot of cover 6, cover 3, so like there's a lot of space. Short
Cover
field.
3, we call it the kill zone, man. So those are more like vision. So because we're fast and aggressive and like we don't have a lot of thinking, when we drop into those zones, soon as the quarterback like hitch, we gone, we taking off. So like that's why you see a lot of times it's like 2 or 3 people, like soon as he catch the ball, someone's hitting him.
As you know, there's been a lot of success with the London Games. Jets have played here before. How do you see the development of the game expanding as we move into newer countries? Like we're going to Brazil. What do you see that doing for the league?
Actually, I got to play here in London. It's like my first time going to London, but I would have never went out of the country if it wasn't for like my first out of the country flight was because of this. And then I felt comfortable, and now I'm going out of the country.
That was a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
I was at that game.
I was in Jacksonville.
In Tottenham?
When I was in Jacksonville, yeah.
How do you prepare for an international game, which differs from playing on US soil? Because obviously you've got to think about jet lag, time zone difference. How do you prepare for that?
During the week, I'm getting my sleep schedule, so it's like, all right, bet. Then it's more like the nutrition part of it. So because it's going to be a long flight, I got to make sure I'm hydrated, got to make sure I'm eating the right food. So it's a lot of stuff leading up to it before I get on that flight.
As the NFL moves, Brazil, Germany, London, where would you want to see it go next? City or country?
I like Jamaica. I kind of want to go to Jamaica. I kind of want to go, I'm going to be honest, I want to see how the Brazil look, but I want to play on a field. You seen like street football? I want to play on the field that got a beach. Like, you feel me? I always thought about that. I was like, all right. It's kind of in the mindset like street football. So I was like, ooh, we going to all these different places. And Brazil going to be nice. I want to see how they do it.
Okay. I mean, it would be sensational to see how the Brazilians do it. And I want to be there because Eagles is my team. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. Eagles is my team. It's been my team for 16 years. But at least I'm consistent. Now, I've seen a couple of your captions, quoting Bane. You got a Joker tattoo on your hand.
Yep.
Talk to me about your hair's green. Talk to me about like the influence the Joker has on you.
I'm gonna be honest. Villains are the most focused person. They got one goal. Like whatever the goal might be kind of crazy, but they only got one goal. So like that's my mindset though. So like my goal this past year was all pro bowl. I got the all pro. So like now I'm going into something else. Yeah. But then it like came around my team too, just having that mindset of like on the field being a villain.
Yeah. I
got other villains on my team now. Like I got Bang. I call CJ Bang. He played right next to me. So
now you're gonna squad the villains.
You feel me?
So he's gonna be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to dive more into your personal life, but obviously you don't have time for it today. Yeah. If I come out to New York,
I got you.
Can I come and sit down with you?
Baby, yeah? I got you. And make sure you get to a game or something.
100%.
For real.
Bro, love. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Jason, International Women's Day is tomorrow.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about the strong, independent women that you've got in your life.
How much time do we have? Because they have all changed my life. You know, when I think about it, you always think of where you are and how you got here. And the first thing when I have those conversations with myself is I think about my grandmother. I think about the sacrifice her and my grandfather had. She was the matriarch of our family, and everything she did really set me up for success because it put my mom in a good situation. My mom and dad, they had access to things because of her. And I watch what my mom has done with me. Any tough situation I've been in, she has guided me through. And now I'm in the same situation. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and I watch what her mother does and how great of a mother she is. So when I look at those three women, I think about sacrifice, I think about determination, and I think about, you know, just strong will to get through any challenge. I mean, they are the cornerstone of my life.
The NFL is going to new countries, London, Brazil, soon, Germany.
So cool.
What impact does that have on the sport?
everything is about growth, right? We're all chasing fans. There's only so many people on the planet. We want them paying attention to the game we love. So it was all for the NFL to go international. That's where they had to go. They dominate the U.S. market, but it's about what we can do globally. And to do that, you got to play games, and you have to invest in the local community. You see that with my man Osi's doing in Africa.
Yeah.
You see that with the games being played worldwide. And because the fan bases are so unique, it makes it different for the players on the field. They love playing in these different countries because it's like nothing anywhere else. It's very unique to that place.
For the players, personally, like, how do they prepare differently when it comes to traveling?
Yeah.
Because obviously they only get a couple of days in between traveling and then being on the field.
Sports science and the advancements in that. You know all about it. You spend a lot of time training, right? You have the information. When you have it, you use it. And that's what they're doing. They're well aware of how they have to adjust their bodies to different areas, climates, times, and things like that. So it's about sometimes tapping into that department, but really it's about guys on your team. How did you do it? How did you handle it? Getting advice from them, getting prepared, because this is what you have to do now.
Do you think taking it out of the US has a little bit of a, I don't know, dilutes the sports a little bit, or do you think it just adds more to it?
Sports are global now because we have a global reach. One of the big things that's grown all these sports is the video games. People are playing it, identifying the players they love, following them on social media, saying, hey, I like this person. They're into this. I'm into that. Let me see them play on the weekend or the weekday, whenever. So that's what it's all about. More exposure, better for everybody.
With the game times as well, because obviously we watch the London games here and they're on from like 3 p.m. until like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Obviously we know it's a long game. When those times are on in the US, it's obviously a lot later. How do we keep fans in the UK and other countries invested in the league with the times being so late?
Kind of fits in the time schedule on a Sunday, right? All the football is done. Now it's time for the real fans to step up and watch a little NFL, right? Come let me entertain you and watch it off into the night. So it really fits on the calendar because of that. If it was played on a Saturday and it was competing with football out here, it'd be different. But the NFL, because of the time difference, actually works out well.
When you played, would you have loved to have been a part of something like an international game?
Oh, it would have changed my life. I mean, you see guys come out, they look up, they hear the crowd, they're like, for rookies, first time they've been out of the country. First time ever.
Yeah.
And people are cheering their name. I talk to guys that are superstars in the NFL now, and I'm like, man, you got a lot of love out here in the UK. You need to come out here and visit. They're like, really? That's awesome, man. I'm going to trip. I'm going to vacation with my significant other. I want to be there. So it would have given me that exposure. I traveled a lot when I was playing. I would come over here. People didn't know anything. But now, well, they did. But now it's completely changed.
Yeah, because now it's right in front of people and there's more games here. So people get to actually go and see the sport that they're enjoying.
Yep.
So, Jason, you mentioned that you got a daughter, your wife. Having those around you, do they enjoy football?
Yeah, my daughter loves it, man. She tries to act like she doesn't, but she goes to every single game. It's something for her every week because not only what's happening on the field, but the constant entertainment around it. She's always talking about that. She brings one of her best friends to the games. So she's able to experience something that I love and take it in for all the entertainment it provides.
Now, we know that Brazil is coming up. Yeah?
Yep.
What country would you like to see the NFL go to next after Brazil, obviously?
Somewhere in Africa. I would love to see that. You know, somewhere
Ghana?
in Africa. Maybe, it'd be interesting, but somewhere in Africa, man. I'd love to see that. Maybe China would be interesting.
The audience over there, obviously it's a massive population.
Yeah.
But they're very into their football as well.
Yeah. Japan would be interesting. So yeah, trust me, they're thinking about it right now, and we're gonna go.
You're gonna take me with you.
Hey, you're everywhere, so I just need to get on your coattail, man, and whoever's booking your flights.
Some of them I'll book myself. But Jason, honestly, I want to spend some more time and I'll get to know more about you personally.
All right.
So when you don't have to do all this other media stuff, me and you are gonna sit down and we're gonna hash it out.
Let's make it happen,
Yeah?
bro. My man, as always, for sure.
Tremaine, it's International Women's Day tomorrow. Can you tell me a little bit about the women in your life?
You know, without the women in our life, man, you know, it'd be hard for us, man, to do what we do as far as, you know, the successful things that we do. Just having somebody, you know, in support of what we do, our dreams and aspirations, man. that's a big part of, our key to success.
It's safe to say you come from a very athletic background.
For sure.
Your mother did athletics, was it?
Yeah, she did.
And
track,
hurdles.
ran track.
Yeah. And your father was in the league.
Right.
Both your brothers are in the league.
Right.
What does it mean for you as a family that you're all so athletic?
Like you said, all my life I've been surrounded by it. So I don't want to say we're athletes by default, but we're athletes by default. You know what I mean? And that's just what we did. We did everything growing up, from baseball to soccer to track to football, basketball, whatever you can name, we did it. And as we got older, we kind of ventured off and said, football is going to be the sport that we're going to play. Not just because we were good at it, but we actually loved it. You know what I mean? And passionate enough. All my brothers, we played in the NFL. My dad played in the NFL. My mom ran track. So, football is part of it, man. It's my identity. It's not who I am, but it's part of me as a person. You know what I mean?
You and your brothers made history back in 2019, being brothers playing on the same field at the same time.
Right.
Like, how did that feel? Because that must have been an amazing moment.
We actually all went to the same college, and we had the opportunity, all three of us, we played on the same football team at Virginia Tech, man. Took the kickoff together. It was crazy. It was insane. And, obviously we had the chance to do it again in the NFL, which is even 10 times better. But definitely a blessing, man. Definitely something I would never forget.
When you look back at those moments, how do you reflect on them?
Really reflecting on it, really, just talking to one another like, man, we did it for real. Because you can only dream of stuff like that, man. And when it really comes into fruition and when it really comes true, it's just like, man, that's amazing to see. And, you got to talk about it, man. You got to reflect, because the memories, they stick with you for a lifetime.
You and your brothers in the league. Talk to me about the level of competition, competitiveness that you've got up against each other, even when you were younger to even now being in the league.
That was our household growing up. Everything was competitive, man. It could be for something small to something big. Like, that's just the household I was raised in. That was just the company I kept around. Because when the competitive nature brings out the best in everybody. You know what I mean? You're around somebody that wants it just as bad as you do, it's gonna make you get on your game a little bit more. But that's just not just football, man, but that takes with us into life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's not so much competing with everybody else, but it's competing with yourself.
Now let's talk about the league.
Right.
So the NFL is expanding.
Yep.
It's moving into different countries. We're playing in London, playing in Germany, going to Brazil. What do you think that does for the league as a whole?
Just seeing the love and passion that each country has, man, it's tremendous to see, man. Because football is a wonderful sport, man. It's an amazing sport. Obviously, it's in my opinion, the best sport, in the world. But just getting everybody from different countries showing their love, showing their passion, how they usually celebrate it, and the things that they do, and all trying to combine it collectively and make it one, man, it's special to see.
What do you think they have to go through when it comes to playing internationally? Because you'll only get such a short time period in order before game day, so you might fly on the Thursday and then play on the Saturday or the Sunday.
This will be my first year. We're actually playing here this year, man. I'm extremely excited for it. This will be my first London game. Heard a lot of great things about it.
It's
you know
good.
what I mean?
I go to all the London games.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's great.
I'm telling you, man, I heard a lot of great things about it, man. So I'm excited to see all the fans out here, all the Chicago fans out here come out and show a good support and, just show a good time. But, to your question, I think it just depends on, really whatever day you come out here. Just because the time schedule to kind of get up on you a little bit. But I don't know. I'm interested to see how we handle it this year.
You're coming out. You say for instance, you're flying out on the Friday. How are you going to prepare the week build up in order to get ready for the flight?
Closer to the time, I'll see exactly when we're coming out, and then I'll see how I need to adjust my schedule to make sure when I get out there, I'm not really experiencing a lot of jet lag. I'm not really too drowsy, because I want to make sure I'm, tip-top shape, 100% ready to go come game day.
What would you say to British fans or foreign fans coming from France or wherever when they come in to see you play? What would you say to them to encourage them to come more to the game?
First, I just want to say thank you. You know what I mean? Because without the fans, man, the fans is what makes the sport. You know what I mean? Without the fans, the sport wouldn't be what it is. And, as a player, we really appreciate it. And, the more people here, the better the game is. The better the atmosphere is, the better experience it is for everyone. So we definitely just want to encourage them to keep coming, man. And we're going to keep putting on a show for them, because that's what football is entertainment.
And then with the league going to different places, where would you like to see the game go next? What city or what country?
Honestly, I would like to see it go to Spain.
Yeah?
I think Spain would be good. Yeah, I think Spain would be good.
Spain would be pretty easy to get to, and I guess you'll be able to adjust quite pretty easy as well. But anyway, I won't keep you too long. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Yeah. So thank you for talking to me.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Pleasure.
Right, that is it. We are wrapped for today. A couple of great interviews. So don't forget to follow me on socials at Matt Griffiths. That is TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. And I will catch you in the next video. Peace.